I appreciate you taking a few minutes. Of course, a Chuck E. Cheese is Christmas. You are the voice of Chucky. First of all, I have two questions about it. First of all, when does it premiere on Prime Video and YouTube?
Premieres Thanksgiving Day, so it is the perfect launch into the holiday season.
Oh, I like it. All right, good. So right after the Macy's parade and dinner, maybe like between a football game, that we're going to watch Chuck E. Cheese Christmas.
Exactly, and it's like a tight 45, so it's the perfect halftime thing to put on. You snuggle up with your hot chocolate, just cuddle up with the fam, and get through that, and then you have the earworm songs that are totally stuck in your head for 3 weeks after that.
Love it, love it. All right, so are you doing your actual voice as Chucky, or is there some kind of a impersonation of a Chuck E. Cheese going on?
It's not exactly my voice. It's pitched up. It's got a certain level of mouse rasp. If I could try to put a noun on it. So
Okay.
it's definitely a character. But what I will say is it's for sure not an impersonation. I did not go back and try to figure out, okay, let me listen to reference audio for past Chuck E. Cheese's and his vocal quality. I didn't want to do just a repeat of anything we've already heard. This is a totally different universe that we're trying to launch with this character who hits the double whammy of the nostalgia for the parents who remember what it was like, myself included, going into the
Uh-huh.
magic of a Chuck E. Cheese party, but then also bringing it to the kids who obviously are still going to Chuck E. Cheese, but who now get to bring that nostalgia and that energy and that vibe into the comfort of their own homes. So it's been a bit daunting, hearing a name like that, something that I grew up with, something so generational and ubiquitous in our culture, and being able to try to not necessarily turn it on its head, but evolve it into something that people had not heard before. And it was a fun challenge figuring out where to insert that energy, but also that true heart. Like not just looking at it as like, hey, whoa, let's make a cartoon, but also just inject some joy, some true joy and heart into this, and something that I feel like is so well positioned in the holiday season, to really do character work on this guy. I know it sounds kind of crazy to say, but that was how I looked at it. It was not just words on the page to make a wacky zany thing. It was, how can I approach this artistically, as an actor, to bring something else to it. And I think it's a well written script to be positioned in that way, and something that I think is really gonna like hit people hopefully in an emotional way. My wife got emotional watching it. My daughter, my 4-year-old, got emotional watching it. It really does hit a lot of important points. I just can't wait for people to see it.
All right, I'll get the box of tissues out for Thanksgiving evening then, all right?
Do it. Do it. You're gonna need it, baby.
All right, of course, everybody knows you as Freddie Benson from iCarly. I mean, we cannot talk about this. I know that there was a reboot, went on for 3 seasons, kind of ended abruptly, but there's a movie in the works for next year. Is this actually happening?
That is the goal. Can I say it's actually happening? Being that I am not the person who greenlights movies at the
Hmm.
studio that we work for, I cannot say. I do know that the wheels of Hollywood grind frustratingly slow. But what
Hmm.
I can say is there is a script. And it's being in large part it's done. It's being retooled and to make sure that we hit every possible angle and that we wrap it up in the most satisfying way possible for these fans so that they don't have any questions left, and we have a proper send off for these characters that we all grew up with. So that is the goal. That is the plan. We have a shooting window that we're looking at, trying to get the script wrapped up in time to get it greenlit, get it set up and ready to go. We really, really want to get this done, and we want to do right by the fans. We just have to make sure that we do it in the right way. So we're taking our time with it, to make sure that we're not just putting something out there to put it out there. We really want to be able to have something that the fans are going to sit well with for the
Sure.
rest of their lives, because this is it for them. So we want to be able to make sure that we do these characters right.
Well, I hope everything works out. Look forward to seeing that. And if you were to do a live internet show in real life with a real celebrity, who would you pick and why?
Oh, wow. What a question. See, my problem is I'm such a bad interviewer. I would just sit there going, what was it fun to do that? I do think now that I've kind of made, well, not a full pivot, but I've just sort of expanded my horizons into directing and getting behind the
Right.
camera. I am now, when I watch movies and stuff, I used to just watch the acting and analyze that. Now I'm starting to watch from the director's standpoint of why that shot, why linger for that long, why the musical cue there. So I think that mine would be centered around the filmmaking side. So being able to have a Chris Nolan, or like my director crush is Denis Villeneuve. So just being able to sit with that man and just pick his brain and go through his process and understand why he makes the choices that he does and how he can know why they are going to be so effective months in advance, knowing that he's not going to see that footage again until the editing bay, but know, ooh, this is going to be it. This is going to hit, and the music's going to come right here, and this shot is going to hold on a tight, but then it's going to go to this huge, massive wide, and it's going to be glorious cinema. I want to understand more as a director how people can wrap their minds around that. So that's what I'm fascinated about, and I would love to see some titans of filmmaking cross my desk.
Man, I love to hear the passion in your voice about it. You can tell you're doing the right thing for sure, getting behind the camera and doing all that stuff. So, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
In the reboot of iCarly, you and Carly finally get together.
Yes.
Did you ever have any kind of romantic thing going on, any crush at all with Miranda or vice versa while you guys were filming?
It's so funny. I can wholeheartedly say absolutely not. I think that in when you spend that much time with a person, they become much more like a sibling than a romantic interest. So really, anytime I was doing that, it was kind of more like kissing my sister. So there definitely was not romantic stuff there. And frankly, for a lot of that show, I did have a girlfriend, so that probably had something to do with it. But yeah,
Deterred
no,
it? Yeah.
that's just that is just pure honest to goodness acting right there. And in fact, trying to go the other way and make sure it didn't look like I was kissing my sister.
Yeah, no, I get you. Kind of a Back to the Future moment with Marty and his mom.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Try to make it more like a George thing than a Marty thing.
Gotcha. Well, hey, Nathan, good luck with everything. We'll be watching a Chucky's Christmas on Thanksgiving, 45 minutes. We're getting the tissues out. Good luck with everything you do, bud.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Podcasts by Federated Media.